just want to start with your first experience with Shakespeare. Tell me about that.
My first experience with Shakespeare was when I was about 13, and I went to see an amateur production of Hamlet, and I was absolutely bowled over by it. It was probably a really bad production, really badly acted, but that didn't matter. I was just mesmerized by the world, the story, the thriller element of the story, these incredible characters. I'd never ever seen anything like it, and I fell in love with Shakespeare there and then, and then I started doing a little bit of Shakespeare at school, and I think it was my experience with Shakespeare that really led me into becoming an actress.
How has your relationship, if you will, with Shakespeare changed from that time when you first saw it at 13 to now?
Well, it's gone through various stages, my relationship with Shakespeare. I did a lot of Shakespeare. As I said, I wanted to be a Shakespearean actress. I didn't want to be a movie star. I didn't want to do film. I didn't want to be on TV. I didn't want to be on a soap on TV. I didn't want to be on a series on TV. I didn't really want to do Oscar Wilde or anything. I just wanted to be a Shakespearean actress, and I wanted to be a great Shakespearean actress. And to achieve that, you just have to do it a lot. So for the first 8 years of my professional life, I did nothing but Shakespeare, basically. And then I started branching out a bit and doing other things. Then I started doing film. And then, and then I moved on a bit, and then I had enough of Shakespeare. I just didn't want to do Shakespeare. I would go and see Shakespeare, but I didn't want to act in it again. And then I was watching The Tempest, and because it was such a long time since I'd done any Shakespeare, I was beginning to feel the urge to do it again, the desire to do it again. But I was older, and as you get older, there are less and less roles for women in Shakespeare. I'd done Cleopatra 3 times. I didn't want to do that again, So I was saying, well, what can I do? And then I saw The Tempest, and as I was watching it, I thought, my God, that could be played by a woman. You don't have to change a word of the dialogue. All the relationships would work. It's the only play of Shakespeare that this is true of. And I thought, I think maybe I'll go to a theatre sometime and say I want to do Shakespeare and I want to do The Tempest. And that was sort of how, and then I met Julie and we came together, and this is what we did.
You said you really don't have to change the script much, but how does the dynamic change with this change in gender?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think that there are 2 issues: how one feels inside of the play, and then how people perceive it, which is kind of sometimes 2 different things. I thought the dynamic changed brilliantly, actually, within the play for myself. I thought the relationship with Miranda becomes this maternal relationship. It's a gentler relationship. It's not patriarchal, controlling. It seems to be matriarchal and understanding, which is a very different thing. I love the relationship with Caliban and Ariel. The relationship with Caliban becomes slightly sexual. Sexuality is in there, brutal, rough sexuality, and then the world of the spirit and of the imagination, of the soul, if you like, and that dichotomy played out through a woman's sensibility. It's very different than through a man's. I thought there's so many themes in the play worked so well with it being